Ready to make fashion fireworks? Right now at Old Navy, get up to 60% off the entire store during Old Navy's Red, White, and New sale. Save big with items for $2, $4, $6, and $8, including women's tanks for just $2. And up to 60% off summer essentials like flip-flops, tank tops, swimwear, and shorts. Get more bang for your buck with up to 60% off your favorite all-American styles right now at Old Navy and OldNavy.com. Select styles only. Entire store offer valid 6/28 to 7/5. Excludes clearance, gift cards, register lane items, jewelry, today-only deals, two-day-only deals.
Hi, this is Jeff Altman, the Big Game Hunter, and welcome to No BS Hiring Advice Radio. Today I'm going to be talking with you about making your screening process more effective. Now, I'm going to do that because it's consistent with my view of this show that I'm focused on trying to help organizations, whether you're an HR, you're a hiring manager, you're a small to mid-sized business owner, do a better job of staffing. Because often the issue is that there are systems in place that interfere with the very thing that you're trying to do. A better caliber of individual. You're trying to find someone and hire them who fits a role within your organization that's critical, that's important, whatever level of need that you have for it. And unfortunately, your process is out of whack. So what I try to do on No BS Hiring Advice Radio is take some of the mythology out. Make it a little easier, because to me, hiring doesn't have to be hard, difficult, painful, exhausting, or take so long. It's just, your systems are great at tracking applicants, but they're not all that great at hiring. So again, we're going to be talking about making the hiring process, or the screening process, I should say, more effective. And today's show has two sponsors. The first one is Audible. And if you go to audibletrial.com/thebiggamehunter and sign up for a trial to the service, you can receive a complimentary audio book completely free. That's what complimentary means, of course. Sorry for the redundancy. So again, audibletrial.com/thebiggamehunter. Sign up for a trial, get a free audio book. And I know you like audio. You listen to my podcasts, whether it's this one, No BS Job Search Advice Radio, or Job Search Radio, which is on webtalkradio.net. All of them are in iTunes, Stitcher, Spreaker, the BlackBerry Store, a whole host of places. The second sponsor is consultingassignments.com. And that's a site where you can find and fill consulting assignments, full-time consulting positions, temp to perm, and contract to hire opportunities anywhere in the world, completely free. Posting your job, posting a resume is free. Searching jobs and resumes is also free, as of course is the ability to contact one another. The only thing this site charges for is if you're going to feature a job or a resume. It's a whopping $10 for 30 days. And if you're going to feature more than one position, the price drops down pretty dramatically from there. So again, that site is consultingassignments.com. So today we're going to talk about screening and doing a better job, because the fact of the matter is, I see some clients do really great work, but I have others that are kind of hit or miss. So let's look at some of the things that you could be doing first of all. And number one is, let's look at the process of using the applicant tracking system and making sure that people who are setting up the keywords to look for within the system really understand what the keywords should be and how important they are in the selection process. Systems that, applicant tracking systems, ATS systems that are keyword focused, you need to make sure that they recognize, those who are doing the data input do recognize which keywords are critical. Many job descriptions are 50 to 100 lines. They are loaded with terms and technologies and experiences being sought, when in point of fact, there may be 4 or 5 that are really pivotal. You can lay out a list and structure the preferences beyond that, but they shouldn't be inputting 50 or 100 different criteria, and it's ridiculous. You're screening way more people out than you really need to. So that's really where we start off with. And then from there, once resumes start to arrive, whether it's through the applicant tracking system or through email or some other means, don't let just anyone screen resumes. You don't want some beginner looking at resumes, unless, of course, they're perfectly trained, absolutely expert. They've done this for 5 years, in which case they wouldn't be a beginner. But someone who's just picked willy-nilly and said, here, look at these resumes, tell me who I should see, isn't going to be someone who's going to be effective for you. And then from there, we go to the next step, which is the screening call. Don't let just anyone make that call. Now, if you're a hiring manager, you want to make sure that HR is very clear about what they're asking. And you want to offer up a couple of questions that they might use for screening purposes, and either record them, take down great notes, do something that lets people know or lets you know exactly what their answers were. So in this way, they're really being screened effectively and your time is being maximized. So again, if you're a hiring manager using HR, if you're HR and you're not clear from the hiring manager, just make sure, again, that everyone's on board with the screening process. Now, to me, when you're looking at resumes, I like to have a pretty wide net extended, because I never know when I'm going to pick up someone that's going to be useful for another one of my clients. So with the exception of ridiculous spam resumes, like, well, I'm just not going to go through it right now. I'll just simply say I get so many spam resumes in my inbox on a daily basis, it's ridiculous. With the exception of those resumes, I like to see if there are people who are close that might fit other of my clients. You as a firm hiring, you may want to do something, maybe not as broadly as I do, but something that allows you to evaluate people for different requirements within your firm, or to pick up superior talent to what you have, so that you might be able to replace people who are, shall we say, poor performers. So, cast a fairly wide net. Now, from there, if you say you're going to call someone, specifically at a time, make the call. There's no reason why, even if you're going to be late, you can't just do a quick call to say, hi, I'm running about 15 minutes late, can that still work for you? Or just to drop them a quick email, or send them a text if you were calling them on their mobile, because they're waiting there with their mobile waiting for you to call, right? It just simply says, I'm running a few minutes late, I'll be with you as soon as I'm off this call. Very easy thing to do. It's a matter of courtesy in how you interact with folks, that you communicate with them if there are going to be delays. And with that, once you've screened them, give them a sense of timeline as to when you'll be back with them pertaining to next steps. Now, I think it's remarkably gracious, as a few of my clients do, if you're going to reject someone, to let them know on the spot. And then from there to say, here's the miss that I see in your background. Do I have that wrong? If so, correct me, please. Often what happens is no one gives good feedback anymore, and the result winds up being, or for that matter, communicates when someone's been rejected. And the result winds up being job hunters are kind of left out in the lurch, not knowing how they messed up. And the result winds up being they start calling you regularly going, hey, what's going on? When you've already turned them down. Just let them know, keeping them informed, giving them a timeline for when you'll be back. Even if you're going to be you're going to be delayed, you can drop them a quick note to say, sorry, we're still going to be interviewing people for a few more days. We've had a couple of cancellations and reschedules. Bear with us. You can set that up as a signature file in Outlook and send that to people if the process is going to be delayed. And again, if you're rejecting people, just do it on the spot. If you're not sure, experience tells me they're never going to be in the first group of candidates when you start considering bringing people back in. So give yourself 24 hours, give yourself 5 hours, give yourself 1 hour. Set a timeline for yourself. Procrastination is just going to result in rejection anyway. Give yourself a moment where you have to make the decision, yes or no, and if neutral, then it's a no. And then move on to the next person. When you meet with people, please try to be prompt when you meet with them. Just if you're going to be keeping them waiting, again, be courteous because everything you're doing is creating an impression with people. When you're meeting with them, give them a sense of the timeline. If it's going to be a 2-hour interview, tell them it's going to be a 2-hour interview. You could be meeting 4 people. If it's going to be a panel, give them a sense of the number of people on the panel and who they are. A chance to look them up on LinkedIn. What's wrong with that anyway? It's not like they're getting the questions in advance, right? So just give them a sense of who they are and what they do within your organization. This should go without saying, but sometimes it just doesn't happen. And that is, people need to be treated with respect. They need to be treated with a courtesy. If they're going to be waiting for 5 minutes or more, or upon their arrival, number one, can I show you to the coat room? Do you need a restroom beforehand? Can I offer you a beverage? Even if the interviewer is going to be on time, just offer them the beverage. It's a nice touch. It sets them at ease. It relaxes them. You get them at a better performance gradient than you might otherwise. And it presents your firm in a good light, which is what you want to do. Remember, it's not just about the evaluation process. It's about the closing process. It's about persuading them that they want to join your organization. And little things, whether it's coffee, tea, bottle of water, glass of water, what have you, go a long way towards setting a nice tone with people. So they feel respected and they feel like they're important. Now, a friend of mine, Hal Klegman, was a recruiter for many years in Chicago, and he said so beautifully, when most hiring managers get notice that their appointment has arrived, the first thing they want to do is see who else can cover them for a while on the interview because they've got more important things to do. Now, I'll simply say, don't do that. Break that attitude. All that happens is it leaks out and you wind up doing a mediocre job and creating a favorable impression. You want everyone walking out of an interview with a great impression. Now, here's another thing. Make sure you've reviewed the resume for at least 2 minutes beforehand. Get a clear idea of what you want to ask them about. I hope you have some standard questions to cover the basic points, but some of the more fluid issues, just make sure you're familiar with their background so that this way there are no surprises there. Ask them about themselves, get a feel for what their background is, where they grew up, what their life is like. And I'm not talking about for discriminatory purposes. I'm speaking about just in terms of relationship building. Here's a fun one. As they're escorted to the meeting, if you're the one meeting them at the reception, this is easy because when you walk to your office or the conference room, just simply say, "Hi, how was the trip over?" And they start chatting a little bit. Run into any traffic? Any delays on the train? No, good. How's your day going? All the obvious friendly chit chat kind of things. It goes a long way toward getting them comfortable so that they're ready to roll and you get a chance to see them at their best. References. I'm obviously skipping ahead, and this could be my last point. With references, if you're going to check references, only do it if you're really interested. Don't waste their reference on a nonsense call. And certainly don't try recruiting the reference. It should go without saying, but it's bad form. So that's my advice for doing a better job of screening and selecting. I'll have more of this kind of advice going forward. Hope you found this show helpful. If you did, come over to my website, thebiggamehunter.us. I've got lots of content to help you as a hiring manager, you as an HR professional or small or medium-sized business owner do a more effective job of staffing. Again, my website is thebiggamehunter.us. If you happen to be trying to hire someone, I'd love to help you. Send me an email at jeffaltman@thebiggamehunter.us. thebiggamehunter.us, or call me at 646-374-8656. If you email, let me know when might be a good time to reach you. Give me an idea of the kind of position you're trying to fill. Let's connect, because I'd love to help you firm staff positions. If we're not already connected on LinkedIn, send me a connection request. The address is linkedin.com/IN/the Big Game Hunter. I accept connection requests from people worldwide, except if you're a third-party recruiter or in a country known for scams or spam. So this is Jeff Altman. Hope you enjoyed the show. Hope you have a great day. Take care.
You're a business owner.
Check.
You have business owner's insurance.
Check.
And 10 years ago, that wouldn't have been enough. Today, small businesses are being targeted and taken down by hackers. Medical offices, consultants, CPAs, any business that's built success has everything to lose. You probably have cybersecurity installed on your computer.
Check.
But you probably don't have cyber insurance. Coverage against loss and damage if your data is compromised. Cyber Policy covers that gap. Cyberpolicy.com shops the leading cyber insurers to find you the right policy at the right price to avoid a catastrophe. Coverage against loss and damage if your data is compromised. Get a custom quote today in just 4 minutes. And for a limited time, use the promo code BLOGTALK to get Norton's small business protection for up to 5 devices. Free when you sign up for cyber insurance. Plan, prevent, insure. Visit cyberpolicy.com. That's cyberpolicy.com.
Ready to make fashion fireworks? Right now at Old Navy, get up to 60% off the entire store during Old Navy's Red, White, and New sale. Save big with items for $2, $4, $6, and $8, including women's tanks for just $2. And up to 60% off summer essentials like flip-flops, tank tops, swimwear, and shorts. Get more bang for your buck with up to 60% off your favorite all-American styles right now at Old Navy and OldNavy.com. Select styles only. Entire store offer valid 6/28 to 7/5. Excludes clearance, gift cards, register lane items, jewelry, today only deals, 2-day only deals.